captivating a nation.
Jennifer McCabe spent longer than anticipated on the stand, sharing what she says Karen Read said as first responders were trying to save John O'Keefe.
Your client said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
She repeated, I hit him, I hit him.
She's testifying to whether or not it was a direct statement, I hit him, versus a question, did I hit him?
It's always inconsistent. Don't take anyone's word for it.
And no more nonsense. Let's just try this case.
NBC 10 News has the latest on the retrial of Karen Read.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Gene Valicenti. This is our daily debrief on the Karen Read retrial. Join me is NBC 10's Katie Benoit. She's up in court. Katie, before we get to you, Karen came outside court, and really to no one's surprise, she says she's not going to testify. Let's roll that and we'll listen in.
How do you feel? It sounds like you made the decision not to testify.
Why are we just seeing the x-rays for the first time? The Commonwealth didn't present them. They were in the autopsy folder, and RME saw them, and Blanchard saw them, and memory serves, Welcher said he didn't see them.
Are you going to testify?
The first trial too, right? They existed?
Why make that decision?
The case is our last witness. The case will be over by...
But the jury has heard your interview clips.
They have heard my interview clips. They've heard my voice. They've heard a lot of me.
How about the jury? How have they taken it? When it was coming to a close, what's your impression that
They don't seem fed up to me, I'll say that much.
They don't, because that's what the judge said yesterday.
I don't know if you've been there.
Are you ready for the case?
Are you still going to argue with third party? Or is it just a vote of defense?
Okay. There's got to be a better way, but there isn't. That's what we're going through. You could half hear it, you can't hear it because there's such a gaggle around it. Anyway, she's not testifying. And she said, the jury has heard from me in clips and previous testimony. So that's that. All right, NBC 10's Katie Benoit. Judge Cannoni spoke to the jury about when they're going to get the case. What did she tell them? And then we'll play that clip.
Sure. So the judge has really been ensuring the jury, they're moving along, these sidebars, these long moments when they're not in court, they're working on things. And the jury was not present today. They were done for the day when she spoke with the lawyers about some of the scheduling. And they both sides said they think Friday, at the latest Monday, the jury will be getting the case. So by the end of the week, the case could be in the hands of the jury. Okay,
let's listen to Judge Cannoni, then we'll get to today's witnesses. Roll Judge Cannoni.
That we will finish with Dr. Rentschler tomorrow?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brennan?
I don't think I'll be as long as I was with Dr. Wolf.
Okay.
Depending on how it goes, if he has an hour and a half, I expect I'll probably be about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. And then we'll figure out where we are Thursday. It seems that the case may be ready to go to the jury Friday, maybe Monday at the latest. But that's... Does that seem like a fair estimate to you, Mr. Brennan?
I think we'll be ready Friday.
Okay. All right, so we'll see.
Okay, Dr. Rentschler, that's one of two accident reconstruction experts called by Karen Read's side. He started at 3 o'clock. He'll be back on the stand. Anything to say about what he said today, starting at 3 o'clock before he wrapped up early? Anything?
He went over a lot of his qualifications. Usually when a witness is called to the stand, they go over a lot of their qualifications, education, kind of how they came to their opinions. So it was most of that today before the jury wrapped up for the day.
Okay, before that, Dr. Elizabeth LaPosada used to be the medical examiner in Rhode Island. Now she's at Brown. She has been hired as an expert witness by Karen's side. She spoke to the cause of death. Just tell us quickly what she said about cause of death, then we'll roll her.
She spoke about O'Keefe's injuries. She said that he had blunt force trauma. She said that he did not suffer from hypothermia, which is different from the Massachusetts medical examiner who also testified a couple weeks ago. And she also spoke about some of the injuries on his arm as well. There was some back and forth over what she would be able to say about this. Now, the judge ultimately kind of changed her opinion, her decision on this, and she was able to testify that the injuries on O'Keefe's arm were consistent with an animal, not a dog bite, but with an animal bite.
Okay, all right. Well, that plays into what Karen's side is saying. Scratches on the arm came from a dog bite. So common denominator between the state's medical examiner and Karen's medical examiner, blunt force trauma, although both were inconclusive. We don't know how the blunt force trauma happened.
Yes.
True.
So it was inconclusive exactly how that happened. So that's kind of the debate in this case, how exactly John O'Keefe got these injuries to the back of his head.
Okay, so the news today, Karen Read will not testify. That's what our legal experts had been predicting, that she wouldn't testify. And we're moving along. Closing arguments may be Monday. The case gets to actually closing arguments maybe Friday. The case goes to the jury Monday. Did I hear that correctly, or everything Monday?
It sounds like Friday or Monday, kind of just depending. A lot of times the lawyers will say, hey, I need this amount of time with a witness, and it ends up going longer. We've seen a ton of sidebars in this trial, so really that can take up a lot of time. So it's all depending on those sidebars and how quickly. Of course, there might be a line of questioning that the lawyers need to talk about. So things can always take a little bit longer than anticipated. So either Friday or Monday. So as soon as Friday.
All right, Katie, thanks. I'll let you go to work. In the meantime, that'll do it for the debrief today, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gene Valicenti. See you on the news later.
The trial captivating a nation.
A forensic scientist testified victim John O'Keefe's DNA was found on the defendant's taillight, but there was also other DNA present.
The DNA profile was interpreted as a mixture of 3 contributors.
With regard to the other 2 contributors, who were they?
They could be anybody.
I mean, was there a struggle? Is this conclusive of anything?
O'Keefe's clothing had other DNA on it too, leading the defense to point the finger at 2 other police officers.
NBC 10 News has the latest on the retrial of Karen Read.